It's 1993, in the barren midlands of West Memphis, Arkansas, where every house, road, and car is gray or brown, where tornadoes are the only disruptor of a placid way of life. Until today. Today is May 6th, the day the bodies of Steve Branch, Michael Moore, and Christopher Byers are found in a drainage canal in Robin Hood Hills. Within a year, 3 other boys, Damien Echols, Jessie Misskelley, Jr., and Jason Baldwin, would be in prison for the crimes. They would be released almost 2 decades later after global controversy regarding the handling of the case and the ludicrous hysteria derived from almost zero evidence. The convinced teens, immortalized as the West Memphis Three, became symbols of an epidemic known as Satanic panic, a phenomenon that spread throughout America in the 1980s and 90s. It is still the subject of much curiosity today. HBO's True Detective addressed Satanic panic head-on in its first season, recalling cases like the Oak Hill and Fells Acres daycare abuse scandals. Although it was ultimately rooted in a factual abuse case, the Hosanna Church trial, rather than the highly and wrongfully dramatized situations that placed a lot of innocent people in prison based solely on a fear of the devil. But in the series' 3rd season, which premiered this Sunday, Satanic panic makes its way back into the fabric of the show in a big way, directly referencing the West Memphis Three case in both setting and structure. Are the references to that notorious case a hint at what's to come, or merely a red herring meant to distract us from the true culprits? Here's a breakdown of all of the West Memphis Three references in the first episode, The Great War in Modern Memory, and what they could mean for the rest of the season. This one is a bit more speculative on all accounts. One of the key factors in the release of the West Memphis Three was a documentary series titled Paradise Lost, which, perhaps coincidentally, was also produced by HBO. The documentary sided with the 3 convicted teens, painting a portrait of their innocence. The first, Paradise Lost, The Child Murders at Robin Hood Hills, also featured music from Metallica, the first time the rock band allowed their music into a film. The Paradise Lost films are highly sympathetic to the trio, but aren't so kind of the parents of the murdered noise, especially not to John Mark Byers, adoptive stepfather of Christopher. He's portrayed as an eccentric possible liar, and who at one point gave the documentary filmmakers a knife that contained blood DNA similar to that of his stepsons. In the time since the murders, some online conspirators have also speculated that Stephen Branch's stepfather, Terry Hobbs, is guilty of the crimes, given his violent past and other DNA evidence. It's unclear how this will all play out. Will the boys be accused of the murder of Will Purcell and the disappearance of his sister, Lucy, because of their darker interests, like hanging out at a local spot called Devil's Den? Are they actual suspects or just the first people police are talking to? The answers will reveal themselves in good time, but for now, we're just excited that True Detective is back and as good as ever.